Hello and welcome back to Pine Haven Homestead. It has been a while. All of the indoor projects have been basically put on hold, and I have moved to putting my focus and everything on outdoor projects. But I haven't ever shown what I did here in the dining room, and so I wanted to kind of give you guys a view of what it looked like before, some of the during, and then here's the partial after. I still have a piece of furniture. So this is a hutch, and so I still need to put the top on it. We just haven't done it yet because it's pretty intensive and kind of difficult because this is like a super old antique piece of furniture. So there's lots of moving parts in it and super, super heavy. So that hasn't gone up yet, but that will take up that wall space. It has glass windows in it, and it's this wood color, some carvings in it. It's beautiful. It was in my childhood home, and now I get to have it here in my adulthood home and for my children as well. So let's go ahead and see what we did in this room. Like all of these house projects that I've been doing inside, starts with floor prep. So I'm cleaning up all of the glue and all of the little bits of drywall that dropped and any little raised areas in the floor to prep it for painting. All of the glue that came from the underlayment of the carpet and everything. So it's just going through and doing this arduous process of cleaning up all of the gunk on the floor. It's a long process, lots of vacuuming, all of the things. But the prep work makes it work. And then here, there was the mastic from the tile because we had tile right here. And it was really hard to get that thin set up. So I tried the mouse sander, but it wasn't giving the finish that I was looking for. So I went back to hand scraping. And just a super long process. I just really wanted to be done because it just took so much effort and was just such a really uncomfortable position to be in. And so I just kept going anyways. And then it was time to fill in all of the little divot holes from the tack strips and any cracking that was in the flooring with my leveler and patch and leveler, and just go through and let that do its thing, and then we're one step closer to painting. And then I decided to paint the ceiling before I painted the floors this time, just in case any paint dropped down. I wouldn't have to worry about it getting on my newly painted floors. So I grabbed my long handle and went ahead and painted the ceiling. Turns out painting the ceiling is the absolute worst painting that you have to do. It's super uncomfortable on your neck. But I did 2 coats on this and made sure that I covered up all of my lines and went 2 different directions so that I could have really good full coverage of paint on the ceiling. It looks so much better. It's totally worth it, but it's the absolute pits to do. one final look with the floors before I painted them, and it is so much brighter with the white ceiling. And here we go. First coat of paint on the floors. I didn't bother filming it because you guys watched that in the last room makeover for painting the floors, but it's just incredible what a single coat of paint can do and the difference that it can make. I absolutely love it. And here we are in the daytime after another coat of paint. It's just so much lighter and brighter. And now it's time for our wall treatment, and we are doing shiplap. And so here is the guy learning how to cut plywood for shiplap. And he learned as he went and only messed up 2 boards. The rest of them turned out perfectly fine, and I was able to use them. It was a learning process for sure, but using my nail gun made this process so easy and simple. It is just so great. Now it's time to paint. Ta-da! Oh my goodness, just a single coat of primer paint on the walls, and this room is completely transformed. I didn't fill in any of the nail holes. I wanted it to look kind of old and rustic, and it turned out fabulously. Okay, you can see in here that we did do we pulled out the carpet and we painted the concrete floors, and absolutely love it. We are now 5 months into having concrete floors, and I absolutely love it. Do not regret it one bit. They are super cool on your feet, which is gonna be great in the spring and summertime and fall when it's really, really hot. So this is just really, really nice. And then the wall treatment that I ended up going with here in the dining room was some vertical shiplap. And I am absolutely obsessed with this transformation. I kind of want to put it on all of the rest of the walls in the house. I know I can't do that, so I'm gonna have to use some self-restraint on that, but it's absolutely fantastic. And I went with the vertical because our ceilings are 8 foot tall and these boards came 8 foot tall, so I didn't have to do any cuts or have any seams or anything. So it's just one solid piece of wood the whole way, which I just absolutely adore. So this is the table that matches the buffet and hutch that I have to go along that back wall. Again, super old vintage in my childhood home. My dad actually picked it up from a French antique dealer. So we just absolutely love it. So then bringing you over here, I have this vintage mirror that I picked up years ago. We actually used to have it in our guest bathroom, but now it's here for kind of our entryway or whatever you want to call it. And it's just so lovely. It's round, perfect. I do have 2 vase sconces that I'm thinking of flanking either side of this with. I think that'll look really, really nice. And then let's take a look at the window casing. So this was just all drywall before, no windowsill or anything. And so now we have a beautiful, lovely window casing. I had to get wood to kind of go around the sides there. And then I did a lovely window sill, which is a proper window sill. So now I can put plants on there, and I'm just absolutely thrilled about it. And I did another window encasing trim work and sill over here as well. And it's just so nice to have proper window sills and window encasements and trim. It's just, it really completes the room and just looks so, so nice. And then I just have to zero in on these flowers right here. Oh my goodness, are those not just absolutely stunning and beautiful? They're locally grown from a friend of mine that has the most lovely flower farm. And so if you're in the greater Coeur d'Alene area, you can go ahead and get yourself a beautiful bouquet of flowers that she just grows just right in her backyard. So, so beautiful.